Not everyone sees the world in the same way. There are people who see differently due to many number of circumstances. Some people have difficulty differentiating between some colors when compared to others. This condition is called color blindness. What is color blindness? Color blindness is the decreased ability to see color or differences in color. It can impair tasks such as selecting ripe fruit, choosing clothing, and reading traffic lights. Most people who are colorblind can adjust and don't have problems with everyday activities. Types of color blindness. Color blindness affects about 1 in 12 men and 1 in 200 women. There are many types of color blindness, which are primarily divided into three categories: red-green color blindness, blue-green color blindness, and finally monochromacy. Before we talk about how color blindness is caused, let's start with how we see the world and how our eyes work. How do our eyes work? Our eyes can only perceive a small part of the vast electromagnetic spectrum. Light is categorized according to its wavelength, where wavelength is the distance between two successive peaks in a light wave. On the either end, from the very long radio waves to the short and energetic gamma rays, our eyes can only see a tiny part called the visible spectrum. From 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers, in which different wavelengths represent different hues. Our eyes are a complex system of lenses and receptors that work together along with our brain to create a representation of the world that we are seeing right now. Breaking down the anatomy of the eye, we see when light enters the eye, it first enters through the cornea of the eye, which travels through the aqueous humor, the pupil, and the lens. The lens of the eye focuses light coming from outside into a small part of the retina by bending light through refraction. Light is focused onto a part of the retina called the fovea, which contains the photosensitive layer of cells. How is color blindness caused? There are two types of photoreceptor cells, rods and cones. Rod cells are sensitive to very low levels of light and are the ones that help you see things in low light conditions. Cone cells are the ones that help us perceive color. There are three types of cone cells for seeing red, green, and blue colors. Color blindness is caused by having defects in one or more of these cone cells, and it is usually inherited from one's parents. In the end, color blindness may be terrifying, but it is a mild and common among people. It can be treated using special eyeglasses and contact lenses.